Hi, I'm Christopher Dunnigan. This is HandmadeInVermont.com. Today we're talking about the Hubbardton Forge Trumpet Mini Pendant. So this is the 182640. There's two versions of this, one with this opaque white glass. There's also going to be another version with water glass. Check that one out. That's called the LO1. That's the glass itself. So this is a great fixture for lots of different reasons. It's very neutral in its design, so you can actually pair this with lots of other Hubbardton Forge pendants. Let's say you're doing this over the kitchen island and over the sink, and then you have something a little more spectacular as far as the design goes over the table. It's just, like I said, a nice neutral fixture that gives a lot of light. And let's go over a couple quick things on it. So let's go over the height of the body of the fixture. And this is the body of the fixture. And it's the distance from the bottom of the glass to where these rods are going to start. And this is just coming in about 8.5 inches. This glass is coming in a little less than 6 inches, so it gives you an idea of its size, the fixture body. The multi-stem options on this is really great because it's going to let you do a lot of different things. These stems, basically, they're all threaded on the inside, and these little connectors are threaded as well, so it's super easy to put together. We always recommend you guys use a qualified electrician, and they're going to have a super easy time, like I said, putting it together. Look at that, it screws right together so easily, and it becomes kind of a seamless look, so you don't have a lot of different parts that you see. The cool thing about it is it's so versatile. So if I want to use this over a kitchen island and I want it to be, let's say, 30 inches over the island to 36, which is about normal, but I want to have the one over the sink higher because when I'm standing there doing dishes, I don't want to be looking into a piece of glass. I want it to be above my eye line. So it's easy to do that when you have this. And this goes from as short as 10.7 to as long as 55.9, which is almost 56. 10.7 inches overall height from the bottom of the fixture, bottom of the glass, to the ceiling itself makes this into a semi-flush. So that's why we have it in two different places. You see it in semi-flush and you also see it in dining pendants. So it can be used in all these great places. You can use it in a foyer, you can use it in stairways, you can use it, because it's slope ceiling adaptable, I'll get into that in a second. Hallways, you can use it in a laundry room, small bedrooms, all kinds of places, and it throws a good amount of light down. So let's get into a couple quick other things. Let's talk about the canopy on the ceiling is coming in about 5 inches. It's going to go over your standard junction box. This is what you guys have in your ceiling. It's slope ceiling adaptable to 45 degrees. There's a knuckle right here that allows us to bend just like that. So let's put another one of these together and kind of show you how it works. Hold on. Like I said, super easy. And as far as these rods go, what you're going to be getting, you're going to be getting 3 12-inch rods, 1 6-inch rod, and 1 3-inch rod to kind of get you where you need to be. Okay, here's your knuckle up here, right? So there you go, 45-degree slope without a problem at all. Which again, it just makes this incredibly versatile, which is awesome. Okay, moving from there, I want to show you a little bit more detail about this. Let's look at the installations instructions. So if you're on the page for this on Handmade in Vermont, look over on the left side of the screen, over this way. Actually, take it back, it's the right side for you. There's going to be a link. It's going to say, click here for installations instructions PDF. So open that up for me. It is going to show you all of what I'm talking about. It's going to show you how to put it together. It's going to show you that it goes on just a regular 4-inch junction box without a problem at all. It's going to ship with 72 inches of wire, okay? So I actually measure this myself on this fixture. It varies fixture to fixture, but this one is going to be 72. So you'll be able to get to that 55.9-inch overall height. If you guys need this to be longer than that, drop me a quick email, tell me what you're doing, what you need, and you're going to come and say, I need this pendant 182640, and I need it to be 70 inches overall height, or something like that. Solid number. I'm going to take your email, send it over to Hubbardton Forge, and they're going to come back to us with what they can do, okay? Okay, this is going to be using Hubbardton's opaque white glass called Opal. I'll get more into that later in the video. As far as how it goes together, again, really easy. It's going to be using a retaining ring that goes over a porcelain socket, and there's your porcelain socket inside that fitter. And the retaining ring has a flat side and it has a ribbed side, and the ribbed side basically just allows you to get your hand around it, and it just goes on like that. Very simple. It's going to be able to use up to a 100-watt incandescent bulb. Those are the bulbs we grew up with. If you want to use an LED, there's no limit. The only limit is, how big you can get it into the glass. I can get an A19 into this with an A19 bulb is this size. Good old-fashioned light bulb. I might be able to squeeze an A20 in. I doubt many of you guys really need this. This would be almost like a 150 watt equivalent to a 200 watt equivalent with an LED. You can always try because they're so easy to get and they're not expensive. So you can play around a bit. You can also choose the type of bulb. On this one, I probably would use one of these kind of opaque white ones because it'll match the glass nicely. You also could go for different types of bulbs. You could go for these kind of Edison looking ones. These are called phosphorus bulbs. It's an LED as well. They have strips of phosphorus inside that kind of glows like an Edison bulb does. Very old-timey. And you can get these LEDs in different color temperatures. You can get them in 2700 Kelvin, which is super, super yellow. That's almost like an incandescent bulb that's been dimmed down. You can get them in 3000 Kelvin, which is what I would recommend doing. That is also a warm white. The light coming down on my hands from these LEDs, this is 3000 Kelvin. So I think that's probably the better way to go. It throws more light, more lumens per watt, and these are going to be using very little wattage. I think an LED coming in like this guy, which is probably a 60 watt equivalent. If this is using 7 watts, I'd be amazed. So take advantage of all that. There are other color options that are going to be kind of blue lightish, like a hospital room light. That's going to be 4000, 5000 Kelvin. Totally up to you. It is a dimmable fixture. If you guys want to dim it, there's no problem there. Just tell your installer that you're going to be using a dimmable LED. So I want to touch on Hubbardton Forge's glass for just a second. Hubbardton Forge's opal glass is not just another piece of white glass. This is actually hand-blown glass. All of their glass is hand-blown. And to begin with, it's actually a clear piece of glass to start with. And they come in, they blow a second layer on the inside of white glass. Then they come back and they do a third step where they sandblast the entire outside. So you'll notice when you get these in your hands, they actually have layers of glass on them on the end. You can see them on these two pieces. And it gives it this really soft, semi-transparent, kind of milky quality. It's a soft glowing piece. Really, really pretty. You know, they're really obsessed about details at Hubbardton Forge, and a lot of people don't. I don't think they appreciate it out in the world, but you appreciate it because that's why you guys are here watching this video. There you go. Let's get into metal finishes now. If you're on our website, HandmadeInVermont.com, do me a favor, look over on the left-hand side of the screen. You're going to see a lot of red tabs over there. One is going to be the Finishes Help Guide. When you're done with this video, go over there and open that up for me, and you're going to see a video at the top of that page of me talking to you guys about the differences in Hubbardton Forge finishes and how they can look on different types of forging. I'm going to be referencing a color chart just below the video, so scroll down a little bit, you'll see that chart. You'll notice there are pictures that have the letter A on them, pictures that have the letter B on them, and I'm going to be talking about that range you can see in variance on there in that video. So it's really important to watch the video, use that chart. When you're done with all that, come back down to that chart. You can click on any of those pictures and see a lot more samples of Hubbardton Forge fixtures in that finish. If you want to see a bunch of stuff in dark smoke, click on dark smoke. If you want to see a bunch of stuff in vintage platinum, do the same, and so on and so on and so on. That's a great way for you to see a lot of Hubbardton Forge stuff in different finishes and really take advantage of that, okay? So our showroom in Vermont has over 350 Hubbardton Forge fixtures spread across 2 floors. We have a What's On display page on our website. It's going to be back in the red tabs over there. A lot of good things in that section. Check out. So when you open that up, you'll see it's all divided up into different sections like dining pendants and outdoor lighting. We're always adding to that. This is the biggest showroom in the world of Hubbardton Forge. They don't even have a showroom like this. Nobody does. And they use this as their showroom when you guys come to Vermont to visit us. So lots and lots to see here. You can see all the different glass, all the different finishes, all the different fabrics, all of those things. In addition to that, we have a clearance center. So the clearance center stuff are returns, discontinued things, and showroom samples. That's an amazing deal for you. If you guys want to take advantage of that, you have to come here to Vermont to see us. And when you do me a favor, measure all the kind of things about your project and what you guys are doing. So the most important thing is measure your ceiling heights to begin with. Measure distances between junction boxes and like windows and ceilings and those kind of things. So if you're looking at sconces on the wall, you can see if they're going to fit for you. If you're doing pendants over a kitchen island, measure the distances between those junction boxes. Widths of tables, kitchen tables, dining tables, lengths of tables, islands, all that good stuff. And also do a couple more things. If you guys have some tablets or iPads lying around, take pictures of all these things. Take pictures of the kitchen, take pictures of the projects you're doing. Bring that in so we can kind of go through those pictures together and we'll be able to see what you guys are up to, okay? And also the boxes and clearance stuff, for clearance stuff, are basically packed for shipping. Don't forget, these were supposedly shipped out. So the boxes tend to be on the bigger side, so bring a decent size SUV if you want to take stuff home. It's a really good opportunity for you. When you buy your Hubbardton forge fixtures from HandmadeInVermont.com, shipping is free to every state except Alaska and Hawaii. There's no tax if we ship out of the state of Vermont. We're the only dealer that offers 90-day returns and no restocking fees. That's 3 months after you receive something to send it back, and there's no restocking fee on that. Some larger items and custom things, and it's usually going to be big things on pallets, are going to be non-returnable. It'll always tell you on the page for an item if that is the case, so always keep an eye out for that. And we also offer a rush program. So to get all these different metal finishes, Hubbardton Forge doesn't stock. They generally take about 3 to 4 weeks to get product out. We can cut that time in half, and it's really, really inexpensive. If you want to know more about that, just drop me a quick email and I can clue you in on details, okay? So our showroom in Vermont is open every day except Sunday from 11 to 6. I'm here every day except Sunday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Time. If you want to drop a quick email, you can do that all the time. And that's going to be at sales@HandmadeInVermont.com, and we spell out the word Vermont. Or you can call me during business hours, 802-446-2400. So thank you for stopping in today, and we'll talk to you guys soon. Take care. Bye-bye.